Today's episode is brought to you by Assassin's Creed Shadows, coming March 20th. The best new spring anime you need to watch. Welcome back to Nerdist News, I'm Dan Casey, and today we're going to explore the latest and greatest anime coming your way this spring. Now, if you're anything like me, all the flowers beginning to bloom have you feeling like someone wrote your sinuses in the Death Note. So instead, kick back and relax in the great indoors with this guide to the very best anime you need to put in your eyeballs this spring. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Let's start with the top of my list, the absolute peak. Lazarus. Honestly, the words from the creator of Cowboy Bebop should be enough to sell you on this, but we'll elaborate if we must. The GOAT Shinichiro Watanabe is back with a killer new sci-fi series set in a seemingly utopian future where a miracle drug has cured all pain. Unbeknownst to everyone who takes it, they're gonna die 3 years later. Now it's up to Lazarus, a shadowy group of agents from all over the world, to save humanity before it's too late. And in an even more unexpected twist, John Wick director Chad Stahelski is serving as action supervisor. So if you're a dog, terrible news. If you're a human watching this, great news. Next up, we have My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Get ready to go past Ultra with this prequel series that takes place 5 years prior to the events of My Hero Academia, or Boku no Hero Academia if you're insufferable. Instead of the highly licensed and hyper-regulated world of the superheroes of the original, this spin-off shines a light on vigilantes, people that use their superpowered quirks to fight crime outside the bounds of the law. The series follows Koichi Himawari, a college student with the amazing quirk Slide and Glide, a fearsome power that lets him slide on the ground at a modest pace. Will he be able to glide his way to a fulfilling career in vigilante justice, or will his nemesis be red tape? I mean, they've got that guy whose tape comes out of his elbow, so why not this as well? Kowloon generic romance. Now, at first blush, this series kind of feels like it's just going to be a sweet opposites attract romance between Reiko, a real estate agent who yearns for new experiences, and her coworker Hajime, a man nostalgic for a past that no longer exists. But as Reiko discovers one day, her past literally no longer exists, or at least nothing that she can remember. And in these claustrophobic streets of Kowloon walled city, it quickly turns into an unsettling slow burn mystery that evokes both Memento and Chungking Express in equal measure. And if you haven't seen those, buckle up, your letterbox is gonna thank us. Anyway, we'll continue with more awesome anime in just a moment, but first, a quick word from today's sponsor, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a thrilling narrative-driven action-adventure game that unfolds against the backdrop of 16th century Japan. Step into the shoes of the honorable samurai Yasuke or the shadowy shinobi Naoe as you navigate spectacular castle towns, bustling ports, peaceful shrines, and pastoral landscapes on your quest to free the people of Japan from their oppressors in this epic adventure. Assassin's Creed Shadows comes to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC including Steam on day one, Mac and Amazon Luna on March 20th. To learn more, check out the link in the description below. All right, folks, where were we? Ah, yes, your Forma. Now, imagine, if you will, a world where detectives must literally delve into people's memories via a brain implant that records their every sight, sound, and emotion. These investigators must relive these experiences to solve all manner of heinous crimes. But doing so comes with a risk. Process too much information too quickly, and you could fry your own brain. I know it kind of sounds like a plotline from like an apocryphal Deus Ex game, but that is the tightrope walked by Ichika Hieda, a young woman and elite investigator who, alongside a sassy android named Harold, must try and prevent a deadly technovirus from spreading around the globe before it's too late, which actually reminds me a lot of the Grey Death in the first Deus Ex, maybe with a bit of Psychopass in there for good measure, but look, those are good things. I will be watching this, and so should you. And Shirley, or as I like to call it, anime of Green Gables. Folks, this is taking me back to middle school English in the best way possible. This anime adaptation of Lucy Maud Montgomery's classic novel looks like a fantastic show for the whole family this spring season. Now, interestingly, this is not the first time Anne of Green Gables has been turned into an anime. Back in 1979, the late great Studio Ghibli co-founder Isao Takahata wrote and directed a 50-episode adaptation, so fingers crossed this lives up to that gold standard. Now, for those who don't know, this tells the story of Anne Shirley, an 11-year-old orphan girl who's accidentally sent to live with the Cuthbert family, even though they requested a young boy. What follows is full of heart, humor, plum pudding, and ipecac, which is closer to the four tempers on Severance than I would have expected when I started this sentence, but here we are. Next, we have Apocalypse Hotel. Great news for everyone who's been saving those vacation days. Well, I guess not everyone or anyone, because as the title suggests, this series takes place at a hotel in Tokyo's once swanky Ginza district after an apocalyptic event wipes out all of mankind. Those who remain are Yachio, a hotelier robot, and a gaggle of other service robots that run the eponymous hotel. They are waiting for guests who will never arrive. So if you want to split the difference between the afterlife of Tasokare Hotel and the android service story of Yokohama Shopping Log, then absolutely check into Apocalypse Hotel this spring. Next up, we have my favorite title on this list from a verbal perspective, Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuux. Sorry, if you see it written down, you'll understand. Okay, let's do this. If you're super into bot stuff and you're jonesing for more Gundam after The Witch from Mercury, you're in luck thanks to a brand new Gundam series with an impossible to read title. Now, the katakana in the title says GQuuuuux. I've heard GQuack, whatever. It doesn't go with God. You're fine. It doesn't matter. The new Gundam show is all you need to say. GQuuuuux. What does matter is the story of high school student Amata Yuzuhira, who gets caught up in the underground world of illegal mobile suit dueling, called Clan Battle. What follows from there is textbook Gundam. She finds herself embroiled in far-reaching conspiracies involving the government and the police that could change the fate of the world as they know it. And if for some implausible reason underground robot fighting and government conspiracies aren't enough for you, it's co-written by Neon Genesis Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno. So get ready for a GQuuuuux existential crisis as well. I said the beginning after the end. This adaptation of the popular series by the hilariously named Turtle Me follows the cold-blooded King Gray, who is reborn as a tiny baby named Arthur. However, he somehow retains all of his memories, and in this second go-round at life, he tries to correct all of his mistakes, which chief among them is dying under mysterious circumstances. Now, this might actually be the most controversial entry on this list because of the studio behind it, ACAT, but fingers crossed they've learned from their past mistakes, and this will be as peak as fans want it to be. Witch Watch. Most witches choose animal familiars like cats or toads to keep them company while they bubble, toil, and trouble. But not Nico Wakatsuki. No, this novice witch chooses her decidedly human childhood best friend, Morihito Otogi, and she moves in with him in a decidedly non-magical society. What follows is a straight-up comedy with tons of Easter eggs, tongue-in-cheek references, and unexpected gags, especially if you enjoy Demon Slayer. And last but not least, folks, we have One Piece. Look, I will be honest with you, I am not caught up on One Piece. I have a child at home. I just finished reading Thriller Bark in the manga. I'm making progress, but I include this because whenever I talk to my friends or colleagues about this upcoming anime season, One Piece is at the absolute top of their lists. Then when you tell them you're reading or watching, they just kind of stare at you like this for a while. Anyway, after a 6-month hiatus, the Straw Hats will resume the ongoing Egghead arc. So if you are a One Piece enjoyer, buckle up, because it sounds like things are about to get genuinely bazoinkers. Do you know in One Piece that there is a dog that is also a gun? Now you would think that it was a dog that ate fruit that turned it into a gun, but no, it's a gun that ate fruit that turned it into a dog.
Sure.
And if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, make sure to check out Allison Mattingly's recent video for Nerdist about everything Oda and company have up their sleeves both this year and beyond. The answer is, as always, a lot of weird fruit. And there you have it, folks. Those are the best new anime coming your way this spring season. And remember, as always, if I left something off the list, like, say, Fire Force or Windbreaker, that was, in fact, a personal attack. Kyle, you know what you did, and so do I. Now, in the meantime, folks, tell us, what do you think of our list? What spring anime are you most excited to watch, and why? And does Kyle actually know what he did? Be real. Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.